In the realm of dating and romantic relationships, understanding subtle behavioral cues and patterns can often provide insight into someone's past experiences without needing to pass judgment, because people's romantic histories naturally shape their approach to intimacy, trust, and emotional connection. And while it's never appropriate to assume someone's past defines their present, observing certain psychological tendencies can help one navigate relationships more thoughtfully. For example, women who have had multiple past partners often exhibit a high degree of comfort in social and romantic situations, demonstrating ease with conversation, flirting, and nonverbal communication, such as lingering eye contact, confident posture, and subtle touches. Not because they're manipulative, but because repeated interactions with different people can teach emotional adaptability, social awareness, and the ability to read moods, anticipate reactions, and adjust behavior to create connection or maintain intrigue, which can manifest as playful teasing, humor, or a knack for making others feel emotionally seen. They may also display a well-developed sense of personal boundaries and self-respect, knowing when to say no, when to disengage from uncomfortable situations, or when to assert their needs, which is often the result of learning from past experiences what works and what doesn't in relationships. And this can extend to emotional intelligence, as they are more likely to recognize subtle shifts in tone, energy, or interest, adjusting their behavior in ways that can feel almost instinctive to observers. Another pattern can be their approach to commitment, which is often thoughtful rather than impulsive, reflecting lessons learned about compatibility, timing, and trust, meaning they may avoid rushing into emotional entanglements until a clear sense of safety and mutual understanding is established. Yet paradoxically, they may also seek meaningful emotional connections once they feel secure, showing loyalty, warmth, and dedication that is informed by past experiences rather than naivete. In communication, they might be more articulate about desires, boundaries, and feelings, using humor, charm, or expressive storytelling to engage partners, while occasionally revealing glimpses of past heartbreak, disappointment, or lessons learned, which can make them more empathetic and attentive to a partner's needs. Patterns may also emerge in their social and romantic behavior, such as a willingness to explore new experiences, demonstrate curiosity, and embrace spontaneity, which can reflect both personal independence and the confidence that comes from navigating diverse relational dynamics. And while this adventurousness is often attractive, it is balanced by discernment and caution, indicating that past experiences have taught them the value of careful selection and self-protection. Additionally, subtle emotional cues such as responsiveness to affection, depth of eye contact, or the ability to intuitively comfort others can hint at experience in relational intimacy, as these behaviors are often honed over repeated interactions and emotional learning rather than arising spontaneously. And this can extend to awareness of consent, comfort levels, and the ability to create shared moments of trust, desire, and closeness without pressure or coercion. Another sign can be the way they navigate conflict or tension, often demonstrating calm, measured responses, the ability to de-escalate misunderstandings, and an understanding that emotional intelligence is key to maintaining connections, which may be more pronounced in someone who has experienced varied relational dynamics. It is also worth noting that self-expression and personal style, including the way they present themselves, manage social interactions, and communicate subtle interest cues, can reflect an internalized understanding of attraction and social dynamics, often making them appear charming, approachable, and confident without seeming overtly manipulative, as these behaviors are less about seduction and more about comfort and awareness. Further, their capacity for empathy and emotional attunement is often heightened, as repeated exposure to diverse personalities and emotional situations tends to build a nuanced understanding of human behavior, leading them to be more sensitive to unspoken cues, moods, and needs, which can manifest in gestures of thoughtfulness, attentiveness, or proactive support in a relational context. Patterns in attachment style may also become apparent, with some women showing secure attachment due to lessons learned from past experiences, while others may exhibit cautious or reflective attachment tendencies, signaling that they value trust, consistency, and emotional safety above impulsive engagement, which can influence how they approach intimacy, communication, and relational investment. In some, these behaviors, including social confidence, refined communication skills, emotional intelligence, nuanced understanding of boundaries, empathy, attentiveness, and thoughtful approaches to intimacy, are not definitive proof of anyone's past sexual history, but rather markers of relational experience, demonstrating how repeated interactions, emotional learning, and self-awareness shape the way a person navigates connections, attraction, and emotional vulnerability. And recognizing these patterns allows one to engage with empathy, understanding, and awareness, fostering healthier relationships, deeper emotional bonds, and a more nuanced appreciation of how human psychology operates in the context of love, desire, and relational dynamics, ultimately highlighting that experience, whether romantic, social, or emotional, leaves discernible patterns in behavior that can guide interactions and inform judgments in a thoughtful, psychologically grounded manner.